I'm Natalie Rofer, and I teach students with dyslexia how to read at Bowie Elementary. When my mom first moved to Dallas, her first job was at White Rock Elementary. My mom taught first grade. As a student, attending schools at Dartmouth, Apollo, and Berkner, I always had teachers that wanted to provide rich experiences, that wanted to explain things well. I just always remember having teachers that genuinely cared about me, not just as a student, but as a whole person. When I was in first grade, I knew that I always wanted to be a teacher. I was in Miss Kirk's class. She had a kind smile, jingly charm bracelet, and it was fun activities, so I thought, that's what I want to do when I grow up. Well, teaching is so much more than what I thought as a first grader, but my desire to invest in the lives of children is something that's never changed. I taught overseas in Eastern Europe at a Hungarian kindergarten in Budapest, Hungary. It was a great learning experience for me. I loved it. And then after that year, I had the opportunity to go anywhere in the world, but decided to come home. And what I just loved so much was teaching children how to read. Lisa Hamilton was the dyslexia teacher at White Rock Elementary that helped me learn more about dyslexia, and she helped train me in MTA. Everything is systematic and explicit so that no student has any gaps, because we start at the very beginning and have that foundation so that as you teach more lessons, they just get to grow and blossom because nothing is ever missed. It's something that's neurobiological in origin, so it's something that they're born with. As I'm teaching spelling, we're also going to be working on that phonological awareness component, and we'll manipulate sounds and we'll practice isolating sounds and repeating sounds so that they can strengthen the orthographic mapping in their brain. Where our language came from. You think about the different rulers that were ruling over England when our language was being developed. You had the Norman invasion, you have your Anglo-Saxon, you have your Latin. If it's Greek, it's going to follow one pattern. If it's Latin, it'll follow another pattern. Your science words. When you have words with PH, it's from the Greeks. When you have a one-syllable base word with a short vowel before final, sh, it's going to be spelled TCH. Match, M-A-T-C-H. Latch, L-A-T-C-H. But then you also have words like lunch. When you have that consonant sound before that final ch, it's only spelled C-H. So I'm explaining what the rule is so that in any situation when you hear that sound, your brain can recall, oh, what is that rule? I know how to spell that word. So I'm very explicit in what I teach and why. It is very interactive. I try to make everything visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. I want to pursue professional development that's going to help me grow. I also want to drink coffee so I have a lot of energy. I want to inspire my children to just have a love for learning. Even if there are hindrances or things that are tricky or hard, that they would have perseverance to keep going because they can. They're smart, they are intelligent, and they are creative. I might meet with them before school and we'll practice different reading passages to work together so that they can feel more confident, or if there's an isolated skill that's tricky for them, practice that a little bit more so that they can feel confident either before school or after school. I also really want to connect with parents and families. I want to build a relationship with others. I want my students to come to class and feel cared, loved, and known, because this impacts students in incredible and meaningful ways. The more that you get to care deeply for them, they get to reap the benefits and be successful in truly amazing ways. I get to see the growth in my students every single day, but also their confidence as well. I love that I get to focus on a difficulty and see that weakness become a great strength.